Several years ago, we received a report from a couple that used to live near Chalk Creek on the outskirts of Coalville, saying that they had a few terrifying encounters where the creature would look in the windows of their home. They were so frightened that they placed their camping trailer in a barn that had corrugated metal siding and would lock up the barn at night and stay in their camp trailer up until they sold the property and moved away. So many Bigfoot sightings over the decades since the mouth of this canyon, called Coalville, was settled. Clint found and documented on video these Bigfoot tracks near a spot he and a friend came face to face with an angry Sasquatch 11 years before. Apparently both men were deer hunting near Chalk Creek in the late evening, walking into the wind, and came up over a small hill near a beaver pond, and there stood a large Sasquatch that seemed as surprised to see them as they were to see it. It chomped its teeth at them, then growled. It ran into the cover of a thick grove of pine trees, then started to roar and growl. I'll leave a video link to their full sighting in the description of this video. I want to go over Clint's report regarding these tracks he found, then let you hear his dialogue while he was filming them at the end of this video. Please make sure you subscribe, like and comment on the video, and hit that bell button so that you will get notifications of the 2 or more videos we post each week. Clint passed away a few years ago. I got to know him by interviewing him about his Sasquatch sighting, and then also went on a fresh Bigfoot sighting investigation with him, the witness, and the Utah BFRO investigator at the time, Todd Strong. Getting to know Clint, I do believe he was telling the truth about his sighting, and then the video he recorded of these tracks 11 years later look legit to me. Just want to point out that Bigfoot is not born 8 feet tall and 700 pounds. There will be far more subadults, juveniles, and teens than the elusive giant adults that has made this species famous. This is Clint's report of the videotaped footprints. Clint writes RMSO. These are the juvenile Sasquatch tracks that we found yesterday morning in Chalk Creek while hunting elk, about a quarter mile from the Thousand Peak Ranch fence line. They are all in a line like a Sasquatch walks. They were 2 inches in, while my boot didn't break the surface. This is about 3/4 of a mile from where we had one growl at us back in 2004. Also, a doctor and his brother saw one a week after we did. The Stillman Ranch that borders it also has a sighting. I talked to Ryan H. from Morgan that saw one there too. Also, the Thousand Peak Ranch has a lot of sightings on it, including one from the guy that's in my ward. He saw one in Holiday Park that is by that ranch. I found this same type of track in Florida on the Deseret Cattle and Citrus Ranch in 2005. I had someone with me as well at that time, a friend of mine. David Carver has sent me this same track on the beach at Pineview Reservoir and in a line. He showed me the photo last night. And Kelly Shaw and his Sasquatch group have found juvenile tracks like this one as well. One thing I noticed is toenail marks on the right foot just before the film ends. Also, I noticed how far apart they were to my strides. I'm 6'4" and 220 pounds. I didn't even make a dent in the ground as I walked. Also, these tracks were at a pond that ends at a 4-wheeler trail. RMSO responds. We have received nearly a dozen Bigfoot sighting reports from the outskirts of Coalville along Chalk Creek, through the Haynes Ranch, Thousand Peaks Ranch, and all the way up into the Uinta Mountains where Chalk Creek's headwaters near Whitney Lake. This area is in the #1 reported sighting location in Utah, the Uinta Mountains, amazing primitive alpine forest. Here is the full video and Clint's dialogue as he recorded them. Keep on watching, we're going to keep on squatching.
These are Bigfoot prints. There's one there. And there's one here. It's in a line. And then there's another one there. Another one there. Another one there. Another one there. No step there. And then there.
You saw something gray walking back there.
Yeah.
Here, you grab the camera. It's recording. Want me to pull forward or backwards? Yep. Jenny just saw something gray moving through the trees over there while I was filming the opposite side of the vehicle. Which direction was it walking?
This way.
Okay, so it was to the left if you're facing that way. Okay, we're going the right way.
It might run out across the road up here, or it might stay back in the trees.
Do you want me to drive faster or slower?
You can speed up a little bit.
I'll back up. Can you see it? Straight this way.
There it is.
I think it's a deer. It's turned the opposite direction of the one that you just saw.
Yeah.